a lot of weight, they're the first to start yapping. Oh my God, do you think you need to eat that extra steak? Oh my God, here, have some potatoes. You're getting too skinny. And let me tell you that it cracks me the hell up with them. It cracks me the hell up because now that I'm back at the gym again, and the goal is to gain more muscle. Oh my God, do you really want to get all those muscles? Do you want to be like those ladies that have the muscles? I said, yeah. What the fuck do you think I'm doing this for?
See, I hear that. I hear that quite often with female bodybuilders. How they think, hey, like, sweetheart, we don't want you to get too manly with muscles. His thing is muscles helps burn fat. It helps you. Especially I have a little bit of arthritis because it's in my family bloodline. I have heart issues because I have a pacemaker. I'm predisposed to a lot of stuff, and family can do. Especially, I remember this is from Eddie Murphy said it best. Like, it was, I think it was Raw, or was it one of his stand up? He's saying, like, black folks and Italians and even Spanish people are like, he said the N word. We have that same kind of mentality when it comes to family and food. Especially the holidays. Like, I remember when my mom was around, she'll cook 2 or 3 cakes. She'll make a banana bread. She'll make no sweet potato bread, banana pudding. We have collards. We have rice. We have ham. We have chicken. We have at least 3 or 4 type of meats, and you have some greens, you have some mac and cheese. It's just to get together. Family food is comfort food. Like, one thing is, as you talk about, one of my addictions is Chinese food. There's a Chinese buffet like the next time over.
No, but
I,
you know what? Different in different states, Chinese food tastes different.
mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't taste the right way, I won't eat it.
Well, here things with Chinese food, that's not what they actually eat.
No, it's
They,
not. I'll be
yeah.
the first to tell you that. As a matter of fact, if you go to Chinatown here in New York City or to Main Street that's in Queens here in New York as well, there's 2 menus when you go to the restaurants. There's the menu that's in Mandarin, and then there's the menu that's in English. The menu that's in English, the food is completely different than the food that's in Mandarin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Completely different.
Yeah, because it's just different. See, what this is, it's like the hood version. What there's no real General Tosu chicken, or but we eat it because, hey, it tastes good.
Well, my
Here we here
my
we get
Cuban my Cuban grandparents, right? Their last name was Hing, which is an Asian last name, and my grandfather's father was Chinese from Hong Kong, then migrated to Cuba, and he would say that often. We like to eat fried rice, and we eat the Cuban combination where it's the fried rice, the house special fried rice with the steak, and then they'll add plantains to it. And my grandfather would say that's not the real food that they eat over there. We eat that here because that's our Americanized version of the food, but that's not what they eat.
hmm Here's a comment from man KL. He says, "Would you ever consider being a vegan or vegetarian? You probably
I
would lose
have,
weight
I have,
quicker
I
and
have,
easy."
and guess what? That doesn't help with anybody losing weight. And one needs meat in their life. I'm a meat eater.
hmm
It's more about the carbs that one consumes.
hmm
Um, if you eat a lot of bread, you eat a lot of pasta, you gain weight.
Yeah, because
That's just that's the way it goes.
carbs, even though you don't need as much, if you eat in moderation, is good. I know your friend. When she was dieting, you go to that. It's carb brain. It's like the carb depletion, and then there's one thing they want, like something like a piece of bread, some cookie.
Mhm.
But like meat is part of protein. It's a lot harder, especially if you're competing as a bodybuilder. If you don't eat, because I've interviewed a young lady. She's a vegan competitor. She's an amateur. I've interviewed a lady who was, I think, a vegetarian, and it's harder to gain that muscle if you don't have protein. Now you can find substitutes, but you can't really
It's
substitute
not the
meat for
same.
something else. Yeah, it's not the same. This is from a man KLA. He's picking on me. He says, "I'm not hating on you. You could focus on Andrea. Now I'm focused about hate on you. I'm gonna hate till I can't hate no more." Or as I say like this, the other guy says, "I'm just a villain. I just like anarchy and chaos." So I'm sorry, lady. I had to come out for a minute. I'm sorry, folks. He have not coming in.
And then this
Also,
week, this week coming up, I'm actually going to Pittsburgh because Echo is going for her pro card. So I'm gonna go cheer her on.
And that's Echo Bell. She is a amateur. She's been competing for a good bit. I remember she was training under Eva Montgomery, but I know she switched coaches a while back. I think she did a show was a couple of weeks ago, right
Hmm.
about the same time as the Universe, and
Yep.
now she's going to do. I think she might be doing. Is it Teen Collegiate or she's going to do the North Americans?
I don't know what the hell it's called. That's a
Yeah,
good question. I'll have to
yeah,
look up. I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now because I
yeah.
have.
Because Gary Udi has quite a few shows in
Yeah, yeah,
Pittsburgh.
he does. He does.
Yeah, and he's
And it
he's
was
the king of.
you want to hear something weird because in the day of age that we live now where everybody has cards, and that's so I had to actually text this guy because I didn't see anything on his website as far as paying, because for the other show that I saw on TNIC, I just went, I paid online and that was it. Well, with this show that she's doing, you got to bring cash at the door.
That's why I was so you have to have money because I just bought the pay per view for the from the Linda Murray show coming up this weekend. And most
It's
people,
the NPC Teen Collegiate and Masters National Championships.
well, wish her best of luck. I was trying to maybe get her an interview with her sometime. I know she's busy. Maybe we get something down the road because she follows me. She saw the post that I posted that was an interview with you. Said that's my girl. That's what she said. But yeah, because a friend of mine, his name is Big Keith Williams, and he told me about the whole thing with Gary Unit. And most places, when I went to Savannah a couple of years ago for the Savannah Pro, I use my card because most people don't carry cash like that. I barely carry cash like
Yeah.
that anymore. I mean, if I have my money comes direct deposit, and and when I need something like I have to pay my bills and stuff like that, I gotta. If only time I need cash, so when I do the laundry mat, I might try to keep a few dollars
And
on me
even
for
and
that.
even like out here, we don't even do that either. Now for the laundromat, there's a little card that you pay with your card, and that little card is what you add the money onto in order to do the laundry because they don't even take coins anymore.
Yeah, I mean, one day I was last week I was with the laundromat. There's a coin machine. It was out. I have to go all the way to this store run by the Arabs, and I get $10 worth of quarters. All right, so it's just we're still a little pool dope little country little town. We ain't got up to that level yet. But yeah, I've seen where some laundromats, you have to have your card and stuff like that because it's about the process of the world. There was that long ago. It was that change shortage. It was during the pandemic, and you couldn't even go to a bank to get change.
Yep.
Even the grocery stores, like you need change. Here we have here from a man, the coach. He says, "Nah, you're good. Forget them family members. Thank you, coach." Also, he says, so he says, "Lady O, a dime salute." I think I already said that earlier. He says, this is from a man, Dabby says, "I know you love Andrea Shaw very much, Joyce." Yes, I know. But here's one thing I got to do is every time I do this, I have to talk about this. Folks, I got to talk about this. Every time I do my interviews, I can't help it. This is from my man, Big Keith Williams. And he has hand on my girl. I told him, he's my brother. I love you. You're my brother, Keith, but I told you to put your hands on my girl. I mean, you got a wife. She's a pretty woman. I mean, I'm sorry, Lily. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself. He sent me that a while back. It just motivates me to say, you know what? I got to meet her someday. And I'm going to keep telling him, don't ever touch my woman. But that's just me being obsessive. That's all it is. But you ever had that situation where, guys can get weird and people just get weird, especially doing these sessions? You ever had to deal with that situation?
I've had a few that got a little weird, but the thing is, it's like what they seem to forget is the fact that I am trained in boxing and kickboxing. So if I need to actually hit you and hurt you, I will. And I make sure to warn them. I make sure to warn them ahead of time.
Yeah, we got to do what you got to do. Here's my man, KL. It says muscles are attractive on a woman, but there are extremes that I have seen where some individuals do have similar physiques as a man. Not really, not really. You
Not the
can't.
physiques. I think what he's talking about is face. For certain sports, one does need to do certain things in order to help achieve what they are want to achieve. And one of the downfalls is that if you take too much, your face changes, your voice changes. Um, it's part of what happens, and it's the kind of thing where you have to ask yourself, how much do I want to achieve what I need to achieve? Do I really want to get there? Is this the best way? And that's what happens. So that's why you see that there's some bodybuilders that still look very girly and have an awesome body, and some that after a while they tend to lose that girly face, and they still have the awesome body but no girly face.
Yeah. Let's always talk about how, yeah, because always people have issues with steroids, but it's depending how much you take and how far you want to go. I mean, I point out Andrea Shaw. She has a great physique, very great aesthetics, but she hasn't gone to that level. But I've seen some women who get a little harsh looking. Yeah, I know one side effects is they do lose their voice. But you got to remember, you're changing your body, your chemistry. Your shape is going to be different. As often you see someone who's done it, you get breast implants because
Yeah.
because breast tissue, I got them like this, it's fat, and it's that fat that you use to build your pectorals. Like your friend, she has I love natural great pecs. They're beautiful. I see some women kind of overdo it a bit. Like I said again, look like they have spare punching bags, speed bags on their chest. Some guys like it. That's a little too much. I mean, when you have your own flotation devices when you go swimming. This is from my man, Coach. He says, I'm vegan. I lost 100 pounds. That's good for you, Coach, but I'm not going to do it. And also, this is from KL. It says, it's every hood, 2 Chinese restaurants, something to think about. We used to have one here in town, but we had like this bad hurricane that hit some years ago. They had to shut down the restaurant and then it never reopened again. So, you have to either go the next town over, or someplace to find good Chinese food. Also, this is from Kelly. Says, I lost weight, but I guess everyone is different. Yes, everyone is different.
Everybody's
And
different. It
yeah,
all depends on your metabolism, whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl. For women it's a lot harder for us, especially after you have kids. If you have a C-section, which is what I had, they cut into your stomach muscles. So that adds like another little factor too. One of the things that was hard for me to do right after I had my daughter, and it was one of the other reasons why for like 10 years I did nothing aside from the fact that I just wasn't myself. Um, it was hard for me to do sit-ups and crunches. It was hard for me to do any ab workouts because right where the incision is for my C-section, it would hurt like hell. Now it's not hurting. Now it's like everything's healed, everything's fine. So, I'm trying the best that I can to do, the most that I can as far as my abs. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
yeah. This is from my man KL. Uh, he says, tell Echo I said hi. Tell I kiss the sky. And also, this is from also, he says this, he says, George, this is from my man David Sam, says, George, don't stop. Appreciate that, brother. Also, this is from my man KL, said, no, I'm talking about physique, but too, but you could talk about face and voice. Talk. Thanks for that, Lady O, because he will act like it's not true. Well, like I
No, but,
said,
but, but something. The other thing too is if you're a lover of muscles, whether it's on men or women, I like muscles. Period. I don't care who it's on. Could be on a dog. I'll be happy. Be like, oh, look at that dog, man. He's got good biceps. No, but after a while, because you're a lover of muscles, you don't care about the face or the voice. You just care about the overall picture of the muscles. So it kind of gets to a point where you just don't care.
mhm, yeah,
You know,
but yeah, but like I said, I won't say it's not true. But the fact is, everybody's different, and women will still maintain a certain. You might change some aspects, but you're not like. Even though it says if you take a certain amount, you do get like a eclipse size about a penis, but it's not a penis. You're still a female. You're still born biologically a
it's
woman.
actually
It's just
kind of nice, but we won't get to that.
yeah, we get to, yeah. Hey, that'd be creepy. Like, hey, see. Also, this is
Well, they're good
from
for filming purposes.
Yeah, that might be something you might want to try to invest into for next sessions. So anyway, women can have muscles anytime they want. I accept it. That's from me and Davis Adams. This is also KL says, go out with one Davis. He probably love to, and says he says I wish K I wish and thank you for that. And also, this is from KL. He says there is saying to be careful what you wish for, and say it also. He says if it doesn't get me rock hard, I ain't feeling it. What some guys, maybe it's you, it's everybody different. Like one thing, I do when I do these interviews with ladies. There's a saying I learned a long time ago when I was a kid. I used to remember back in the day. I used to go on when I first had a computer. I used to go on to these chat rooms. And that was back then. Remember when you used to have to dial up? Yeah, usually we had to wait like when mom went to sleep.
Oh my God, AOL.
Yeah, we had to wait till mom go to sleep because I do it during the day. Then the phone would say, "What the fuck? What the hell? My phone off?" Say, "Oh, wait, she had to unplug it, quickly." But I used to wait till like she's asleep. So because the rule was anything past 10 o'clock, you had to be in jail or dead. So that's what you call the house. But yeah, I used to go to these chat rooms. I remember the first time I was one. And this guy, he asked me, say, "Hey, kid, you like women bodybuilders?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, it's a saying. So what's the saying?" I said, when we smokes get rock hard, when the women get rock hard, we'll rock hard. Everybody has their fetish. They have what they like. And doing this content, I've been a fan of bodybuilding, just bodybuilding in general for a long time. Because I grew up in tail end of Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was getting out the game. I watched guys like Lee Heaney and also guys like Dorian Yates and people like Corey Everson, Linda Murray, and so many other ladies who are in the sport. And I'm doing these interviews and talking with them. Also, like I said, I do content with MMA. As MMA is like, I think this weekend we have Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. Do you watch MMA, mixed martial arts? Who's your favorite?
Sometimes I do when I have the opportunity. If I happen to be home, I do have the ESPN app, so it's like I'll catch up on some of it, but I don't always get to watch. Just like with wrestling, I don't always get to watch it.
Who come at wrestling? Who was your favorite wrestler when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, I liked Ric Flair.
The Nature Boy,
Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, and Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I was a fan of Nature Boy, Dusty Rhodes, the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, because here being the South, wrestling was very popular. Ric Flair was a king down here in the South. I was a big fan of The Rock and Stone Cold when they were wrestling. I don't watch it. I glance at it. I do watch the show called Wow, and Dave McClane. He runs that show.
Yes,
because he was the guy behind him and Sylvester Stallone's mother, Jackie Stallone. They're behind Glow.
I actually got to do something cool at the LA Comic Con. Not this year's, but the one from the following year, where the ladies from WoW were there. They had a booth. Glow had a booth as well. And at the WoW booth, they actually had like a ring set up. So I had asked Hollywood and Cheryl Lightning Rusa, if they wanted to do a couple like quick drills with the girls from WoW. And they were like, "Oh, I don't know. They might not let us." And I was like, "They'll let you." Like, "No, David McClane might get upset." I was like, "Fuck that shit." I went up to the booth and WoW, and I asked, "Who do I speak to in order to get the gorgeous ladies of wrestling in the ring with the WoW girls?" And quickly with with my phone, shoot like a little video of you guys doing drills. And they were like, "Oh, you just got to get them to come over here and they'll sign this paper and we'll do it." Yeah, hell yeah, we'll do it with